want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to my incredible staff that works in the leader's office. You've crisscrossed this country with me tirelessly. To all of you, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. And to my right arm, Una Christians, who's managed the admin in my office for so long. Thank you so much, Una. It's her 20th year of service to the DA today, 12 of which have been with me. And now the hard part. Thank you to my family. Thank you for the sacrifice that you've all made so that I could pursue our dreams together as the DA. Thank you for putting up with the long absences and the grumpiness when I got home after a long campaign day. My daughters are delighted that they won't be seeing their dad dancing on Instagram anymore. And finally, for anybody who may be wondering what I'll be doing next, aside from working night and day until we defeat foot and mouth disease, I will be doing what I've always done since I first joined this party after high school. I'll be side by side with all of you in this glorious blue machine, working in the trenches, supporting the next chapter of our history. I love my party, I love my country, and I will continue to serve them both with all of my heart and soul. Thank you. God bless you. God bless South Africa. God bless the DA. Time as the federal leader of the Democratic Alliance. It was in late 2019 that the members of this great organization first entrusted me with the responsibility to rebuild the DA, a mandate that you renewed twice in 2020 and 2023. We've done so much together, friends. Thank you. The party that we inherited in 2019 was on its knees, polling at 16%, divided and riven by a crisis of confidence. The media confidently proclaimed the death of the DA. But together, the people in this room refused to accept decline as our destiny. And as that famous saying goes, kyk hoe lyk ons nou. Because as I so often said on the campaign trail, that there was nothing wrong with the DA that could be fixed with everything that is right with the DA. And together, we set out to prove it by navigating our party through the unprecedented turbulence of the COVID-19 pandemic and into a local government election where we got back to the business of growth. After we had stabilized the party, we met in this exact same venue on the 2nd of April, 2023, when we embarked on a mission that changed the history of the DA and the history of South Africa. On that day, we embarked collectively on our moonshot mission to transform our wonderful DA into a party of national government, fit for purpose in the new recently reality of coalition politics. And just 3 years later, our presence in this hall today is a living testament to the spectacular success of that mission. Not only is the blue machine stronger and healthier than ever, not only are we now routinely polling close to 30%, but for the first time in South Africa's history, and for the first time in our party, the DA now co-governs the Republic of South Africa.
my friends and delegates, my blue family, I wish I could dance now, but the people running this Congress are running like a Swiss train. And there isn't something on the run sheet that says I may dance now because we might lose a minute. So we better get going and stick to the program and the time. What a vibe. What a fantastic moment. To see all the provinces in friendly competition and then pulling together like provincial sports teams, but when the books or Bafana play, we all come together. And that is the DA. We have just watched a powerful but very brief history of the Democratic Alliance, beginning with our founding Congress 26 years ago. But the values that we stand for are far older. We did not invent them. We inherited them. We took the baton from those who ran this race for liberal democracy before us, in fact, 67 years ago. To Congress delegates as young as you, 67 years may seem a long time. In political evolution, it is the blink of an eye. Those who study these things remind us that in building a sustainable liberal democracy, the first 500 years are always the most difficult. And yet, in just under 7 decades, we have made extraordinary progress. The rules-based order itself is under threat. There is no shortage of parties in our country that want to pull us in that same direction. Hundreds will appear on the ballot in the next election. Many will seek to weaponize our diversity and to divide South Africans along racial lines. We reject that path. We are the party of inclusion, not division. We call ourselves the blue people, not black, not white, not brown, but blue. Blue people distinguish themselves by their shared values. And no matter what we look like in this hall today, we share the same core blue values. We believe in a nation defined not by race, but by principles. The rule of law, constitutional democracy, individual freedom, human rights, and a market-based economy that creates opportunity for all. These once uncontroversial principles are now under attack worldwide. And yet the DA stands out as an extraordinary outlier. Unbent and unbowed in the face of a global liberal retreat, we march forward. We have built one of the largest, proudest, and most resilient liberal movements in the world. And we did it in one of the most hostile environments imaginable to liberal politics. And now we are on course to become the largest party in South Africa's metros at the end of this year. And from there, we move to the next milestone, becoming South Africa's biggest party. Oza 2029, Oza. And how did we do it? Because we learned some hard lessons on our journey. We're a learning organization, and learning those lessons made us stronger. We must never compromise.
Mr. DJ. That's not Begazela, Mr. DJ. You know, we got a Begazela. Can you say it with me? Begazela. Nyamezela. Noma kunzima. Uzophumelela. It means hang on there. Okay. All right. We can Vulindlela. It's a celebration, isn't it? Can I hear some relations? China Maguelo! Hey, hey, hey! Yo, 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 yo! Vulindlela, where my cowboys, here we are now. Yeah, we are chatting now. Vulindlela, where my yawoos, so go my lord, and now I'm chatting. Vulindlela, thank you so much. Yabonga.
And also from Mngeni, please help me welcome our Deputy Mayor, affectionately known as Bones. It's Sandile Mnigati!
And now he leads the best run municipality in Gauteng. Help me welcome on stage the Mayor of Midvaal, Peter Tixera.
And all the way from the Eastern Cape, when he's not fighting literal fires, he's the Mayor of Kucha Municipality, Mr. Hatting Bornman.
Viva DA, viva! Tsalapile, DA, tsalapile! For almost 30 years in a place called Mngeni in KwaZulu-Natal, the cracks were showing. Finances under pressure, infrastructure deteriorating, the growing gap between what government was delivering and what the people deserved. And most telling of all, the community had lost hope. But this is where our story is different. Because in Mngeni, people didn't accept that this was permanent. Abantu bakhethe okuhlukile. They made a decision. And in 2021, they chose change. And in doing so, they made history. Mngeni became the first DA-run municipality in KwaZulu-Natal and still is the only DA-run municipality in KwaZulu-Natal. For years, they told us that would never happen, that the DA would never win and we would never govern in the province of KZN. Abantu bathe bazobusa kuze kufika uJesu uKZN. Well, the people of Mngeni proved them wrong. Not because it was easy, but because it was necessary. And the transition wasn't always smooth. It was a hard reset. There were some hard, uncomfortable things that we had to deal with. Tough decisions that we have to take. Bekunzima ngempela, umsebenzi bumningi. Kodwa abantu bakhethe ushintsho. We had to stabilize finances. We had to employ the right people. We had to rebuild systems that had been broken over time. And then we got to work where it really matters. Fixing roads, restoring lighting, improving waste management, responding consistently to the issues that faced people every single day. Not grand promises, but visible change. And something began to happen. Not overnight, but steadily. People started to believe again. They started to report issues because they knew that they would be answered. Businesses started engaging because they saw stability, and the community started to take ownership because they saw progress. That is what a DA turnaround looks like. Anaki matla a DA. It's not just about fixing the infrastructure. It's about breaking the cycle of decline. Because decline itself feeds itself. But so does progress. Today, Mngeni is on a different trajectory. Not because we had more resources or because the challenges were fewer, but because we made a conscious decision. Because that's what South Africa deserves, and that is the lesson that we take to everyone. Right now, millions of people across our country are in endemic decline, still planning their lives around government failure, still being told to be patient, still being governed by people who have normalized dysfunction. But what we have shown in Mngeni is this, that the story of decline can be interrupted, and it doesn't take decades. We saw it in just a few years, with leadership that is focused, accountable, and determined. So this is the message we take to across South Africa today. You don't have to wait 20 years. You don't have to lower your expectations. Change can start now. Under the DA, the Mngeni is proof of this. And if we can do it in the DA and in KZN, then we can do it where you live today. DA ki ona fela mokgatlo a ka tlisang tsepo ho batho bohle.
Because the truth is, this isn't really about policy or politics in the abstract.
For his steadfast dedication to serving communities in Mfuleni and advancing the values of the DA in that area since 2008. As a councillor and a member of the legislature, and in Mfuleni, he has tirelessly fought corruption, he's fought for essential services, he's empowered political activists running one of the most active constituencies in the country, he's achieved measurable improvements in voter engagements and constituency performance. He's suffered many personal risks, including a violent attack in 2017. But he's consistently prioritized the welfare of his community, human rights, and the growth of capable leadership, producing some of our best results in formerly ANC supporting areas, and he's made a tangible and lasting impact. The winner of this award is King Sol Chabalala. Next up, our Star Performer Award is being given.
Brian Anyamani once said, and I quote, "Our names may not echo in the corridors of fame as yet, not even our faces may come close to those who crown kings and queens, but make no mistake of our potential. We are becoming something the world isn't ready to talk about as yet." Close quotes. Dumelang, molweni, avsheni, hello, sanibonani, goeiedag, ndimacheroni, lotshani, nda. Fellow Democrats, it is an honor and privilege to be standing here before you today in this Federal Congress. This is an opportunity I do not take slightly. Democrats, this Federal Congress is not a popularity contest, but an important moment for our organization to elect a leader that we believe can lead this organization moving forward. I stand here to ask for your vote as the federal leader of the Democratic Alliance that we all love and are custodians of. As your leader, my commitment to ensure that South Africans unite behind the Democratic Alliance are strengthening internal democracy by empowering branches and ancillary structures through inclusive representation that to influence internal policy. Capacity building, through investing in continuous training and development for activists and staff members to improve efficiency and professionalism. Value-driven leadership, by aligning our actions and decisions with our core values. Collaboration, in creating strategic relationship with professionals, civic society to advance our coexistence and support. Governance continuity. By stabilizing our co-governance in the GNU and influencing policies to ensure that South Africans are equally prioritized. Lastly, Democrats, uniting South Africans behind the Democratic Alliance by winning the outright majority in all municipalities across South Africa. Democrats, this